Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Comedy Equation. Today we're here with Elisa Lurkis. Let's see what she has.
I was born in a city that never sleeps, and now I live in a city that never really wakes up. It turns out there is a big cultural difference between being a Jew in New York and being a Jew in San Diego. As a result, I meet a lot of wealthy people. I know the old saying that money does not buy happiness. Well, it's true. A lot of the wealthy people I meet are not particularly happy. But when I think about it, I'm not always particularly happy. So I'm willing to take a chance. Why do we not?
Okay, so we just watched a clip.
Yep.
All right. That was funny. I like that because I'm an Italian Jew.
Okay.
So I have both sides.
Oh, that's
like father, Sicilian, Catholic. I have relatives in Venice, Sardinia, Milan. And then I got my mom who's from Egypt, and a lot of, they came from Egypt, a lot of Jews. So I see the cultures. There's not a lot of people. Like, I think I was like one of two Jews in my school.
It's a fiery combination, Italian and Jewish. But we're very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call it matzo ball meatball.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
When you say both sides, what are you talking about?
Both sides of what? Oh, I see both sides. So what I see is like, if you're a Jew in New York, there's a lot of Jews in New York. Is there? I don't know. There wasn't a lot of Jews when I was growing up in San Diego.
No, there's not.
Yeah,
There's
right.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're all in New York. Or Israel,
there's a lot
whatever.
in LA. I grew up in LA too, so there's a lot.
Oh yeah,
in
there's a
LA.
lot in L.A.
Yeah.
They got a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
City that never our guests.
San Diego is.
Oh yes.
Well, the way I describe San Diego is if you like to wake up early and work out or go to the beach or take walks or surf or do stuff in the day and go to bed early, San Diego's a place. We don't have that much of a nightlife. We have a downtown, but it's not a huge downtown. There's not, it shuts down at 2, everyone's gone.
Hey, look, I like going to bed early,
Yeah.
but when I say the city never really wakes up, I'm talking about upstairs.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how long were you in New York?
I was born there, left there when I was 7, but all sides of the family from
Got
there.
it.
So moved to LA.
And so what do you do now?
So I do fundraising for Catholic University. I'm, one of the lone Jews on campus, and I love it. It's a great place.
The token Jew.
I'm actually not. There's plenty of Jews there.
I'm just kidding. If it involves a university, there's a lot of Jews
that's
there.
right.
All the professors
That's right.
and all that teaching economics. And
School of Law. You
so
got it.
what made you even think about, at what point did you go, I'm going to try to be a comedian?
Well, I've always wanted to do it my
Wow.
whole life. Jews are sort of naturally funny.
They are. We are.
So it's just sort of in our blood.
It is. Oh,
you
they
don't
are.
picture Jews being naturally funny?
That's
And really good with.
Well, smart.
that's it.
But I think to be a good comedian, you got to be kind of smart. So I've always wanted to do it, and I've lived in San Diego for over 30 years. I still feel like a fish out of water here. So
wow.
this is kind of me toned down. Like
Right.
when I go to New York, I'm just like,
You're going, right.
Yeah, because that's in my blood.
Right.
And here I have to remember to talk slower,
Right.
to try to smile more, and just not be so intense. But that's not in my nature.
Perfect for me because I'm not that.
Good.
Not offend
You're in
people.
San Diego, so what do you?
There you
I've
go.
gotten a lot
Born
dumber.
and raised, maybe that's.
I've gotten a lot dumber living here. I can tell you that.
I've been to so many places around the world. I admit I've never been to New York.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of an Italian Jew are
I
you?
know. I have not. I've never
That's
been to New
a
York.
crime.
It is.
2026 has to be your year.
Yeah. Everyone I know, my whole family, they go there. They've been there, Soho, and hang out. And I used to have an aunt that lived there. But
Season 10, we'll do a live in New York.
yeah, we should. I've never been there. Like I've always wanted to go there. I don't know why. I'm
No
always
place
busy.
like it, but it is crazy. And people who live there for too long get a little crazy.
It just seems like there's so many people. I don't know. I think I have like a panic attack.
It is a lot of people.
Right. It just
Yeah.
never ends. My brother said he'd go down the street. He goes, dude, it's like packed all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I like San Diego when it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like it was just like a little
Mellow.
beach town.
Uh-huh.
Very, very mellow. That's why we
Mhm.
talk so, because we're not in a hurry.
That's right.
And I think the difference between East Coast and West Coast is it doesn't snow here.
That's part of it.
You guys are always like stuck in your buildings. You can't go out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I have a better educational system. People do better because what's there to do?
You got to be indoors.
You got to be
I
inside.
know.
San Diego, you literally use your house to sleep in.
Well,
Everything else is outside the house.
I heard one stand-up comedian who looked like a skater dude. I forget his name. He was on Victor Paz's show, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm in San Diego. I forgot. I won't use compound sentences."
Exactly. You got to be simple.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's it.
But it's true what you said earlier. It does take high intelligence to be a comedian.
I think so.
You have to know delivery. You have to know people. You have to know your crowd, your group, who you're playing in front of, what you can say, what you can't say, especially if you do like corporate gig versus stage presence. Everything has to switch.
Yep.
And if you don't have the mental capacity for that, you're going to flop.
Well,
You're
and
gonna
you
choke.
really have to know yourself. You have to know
Right.
what about yourself you're trying to share, and you have to be authentic, because I think audiences can tell.
What-
How long you been doing it?
Not that long, like a year and a half. Yeah. Yeah.
You're in the right spot.
Is that right?
Yeah. We interviewed.
Okay. Well, here I am. I do love it. I love it. So it's, I've taken to it. Because I think it's because I wanted to do it my whole life. I'm older, and you just, when you know what you want and you're older, you can kind of just embrace it,
Tell us about your first step. Okay, you've been wanting to do that. You're right. Jews are entertainers. We like to make people laugh. That's why they will say Hollywood is all about the Jews, because we're creative.
Uh-huh.
But you wanted to do it your whole life. When did you really do it? When did you go in front of a mic? And how was that experience?
So my first set was in Tony Calabrizi's class in, I think it was November 2024. That was the first time. And
How'd you do?
I was a little nervous, but I wasn't that nervous.
Were you more
Part-
excited?
I was super excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had my stuff down, and it's just fun,
Right.
I'm still learning for sure, but I enjoy just playing with my stories and just telling people my truth in a funny way.
So your material is based on things that you've done in life,
Things I've experienced, yes.
right? Because everyone has many stories
Oh, yeah.
of just, especially from New York, you come here, you're adjusting, your family's adjusting. What the hell's going on? Schools are different.
Yep.
People are different.
Yep.
The coast is different.
Well,
Everything's
especially
different.
coming here from LA, I didn't think I was that different in LA because there were a lot of Jews there. When I
Right.
came here, I was like, oh, the whole world isn't Jewish. I get it now, because it was very different in San Diego when I first came here.
Oh, 100%.
It's gotten a little more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Here's one of the fun things about being the producer, the tech guy on the show and whatnot.
Yeah, by the way,
I don't think I turned on my microphone. I'll be right back.
we have to start over. We have to start over.
No, it's still part of it.
That's so we have our producer on this show is actually really funny. He should be a comedian. He's super sarcastic. I love him. Robert Wingo.
Yes, I was correct. I did not have my microphone on.
Okay.
It's a good thing we didn't get into the rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
Huh?
So this is gonna be edited. We're gonna edit this.
No,
show.
no. This might
Gonna
as
hear
well
you
make
in the
that an
background.
outtake too. You know what I'm saying?
One of the things that I don't know how many interviews you've done. Probably not that many.
Not
but,
that many.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna say I think it's very great to see a lot of female comedians who are hilarious and such a different point of view. Because it used to be like a man-dominated
Yeah.
industry. When I first started watching comedians going to shows, it was in the 80s. And, every once in a while when you have a female, it was exciting because their perspective, but there wasn't that many.
Yep.
And now it seems like a lot of females are making a solid career.
Yes.
I mean, they're all over.
Yes.
And that seemed to have taken off because the perspective from a female's view, when you're a man and you hear like what they're thinking, it's like, oh my God, this is a whole new world.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even think I was, my perception is totally wrong.
Yeah, I love seeing all the women, young and old, that are in the business now. It is still kind of a man's world, though. I did like an open mic down at the La Jolla Comedy Store. I don't know, when I first started, and it was basically there was 18 comedians total. It was me and 17 bros in ski caps. That was
Yeah.
it. I was
That's
like,
San Diego for you.
yeah, but it's definitely getting better.
But
that
you
way.
fit right in, right?
I
kind
think
of?
So I don't know. I don't.
Were you
I don't wanna
considered
talk about
one of
my
the bros?
Dick, But anyway,
Yeah, that's right. Were you considered one of the bros in there? Or you don't know?
probably not.
Oh.
I think they kind of look at me like, oh, that could be my mom. I better watch my mouth.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I don't care. I mean, you say what you want, but
Right. I mean, you're from New York. Is your comedy clean or
it's mostly clean.
You're
I
right.
don't use like F-bombs, but I
Right.
do talk about body parts.
body parts?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sometimes.
do tell. Such as?
I mean, like everything I say is true. I just maybe play it up for comedic purposes. But one of my closest friends is a trans woman.
Right.
And we were really close while she was living as a man, and we're even closer now that she's transitioned to become a woman. And she told me that when she first transitioned, that trying to memorize the different names of the parts of the vagina was confusing for her because there was the labia minora and the labia majora. And then when I hear the word labia minora, I'm not even sure I know what that is.
That sounds like a Jewish term.
And that's
I
it,
was gonna say, isn't
menorah.
that
I
the
think of
candle thing?
Hanukkah. That's it. So then I start to wonder if maybe like some biblical vagina burned for 8 days and 8 nights. And that's where my mind goes. So anyway.
Well, they say there was a burning bush.
That's when I say that too. Good one. That's right. You got it.
Just kept burning.
That's it.
That bush is on fire.
Yeah.
We have antibiotics now for that.
That was a
So
really good tie-in. That was good. I think the more important question that we have to ask here is there actually 2 majora thingies that you just said?
I don't know.
I have never heard that before.
You've never heard labia majora, labia minora?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I honestly thought that was a joke.
sounds like a legal term.
I'm not sure I could point them out myself.
Not
If you're at home watching this, can you drop it in the comments and let us know what's going
There
on?
we go.
Not a clue.
I don't know. Which one's better, the minor or the major?
I don't know. It depends on your taste, I guess.
Those are 2 major. Okay, so you're living. That's funny because so the person that you're talking about transitioned from a man to a woman.
Yes.
So isn't that funny how you like her more now as a woman?
But the thing is, we were really, really close,
Yeah.
even when she was living as a man, living as a straight man. But I never felt any kind of attraction to her. And he never felt any kind of attraction to me. And, when the 2 straight people, man and women, are friends, usually there's some occasionally it'll enter your mind, but it never did.
Right.
And then when she came out as a woman, I was like, oh, that's why.
That makes
That
sense.
makes
That's
no
why,
sense.
yeah.
Right. He was so polite all these years.
He was
so
just,
proper.
we
so
giggled
nice.
like girlfriends all
Right.
the time.
So
yeah.
what? Okay, so let's talk about that because that's like a big issue in the world, and you were there from the beginning.
Yeah.
So at what point were you the first one he told and said,
No,
"Hey"?
no, but
She.
yeah. She
She.
told me, fairly early on. I mean, she did it as an older person. It's only been a few years. But I was thrilled. I was like, so glad for her. Imagine like just not being able to live your truth your whole life.
100%.
Yeah.
You're caught in a body you're not supposed to be in.
Yeah. I mean, thank
And-
God I don't have that. That seems
Right.
so hard.
Right.
But at least if you are in that position, you can
Go for it.
fix it.
And that's why we
Yeah.
love America
There we go.
because you can do that.
Yeah.
I just, when people talk about that whole issue, I go, leave it alone. I mean, okay, I agree. I don't want to see a male.
And this is the point of the show where we get canceled. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah.
Continue your talk.
I'm going to plead the fifth.
We're
here.
not going to get canceled. I just say that the trans, and I know trans. I know quite a few.
Continue.
But well, you threw me off now because now you're like a friggin' cop, and like, where's the spotlight?
I'm sorry.
on you?
Who's the cop? I
Yeah,
believe
you're
that's
right.
your background, sir.
I know my own kind.
Well, here, let me just like change it a little
I'm
bit
just
and tell
okay.
you.
I'm just saying I'm happy that the transition was good.
Yes.
and it's working out.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
I think people should do whatever they want to do. I mean, why not? Like, mind your own business.
Well, do you want to hear something really interesting?
Yeah.
So I used to think, because I didn't know, that if a man transitioned to a woman, that they cut it off. They don't. You know what they do? They invert it. That becomes the vagina. So what was outside goes inside. It's the same thing. It's just manifesting itself differently.
So it's like a belly button. Some people have outies
Yeah.
and some people have innies.
Kind of. It's the same tissue.
I may
It's
be
basically
trans.
The same all right, let's get off the subject. But I think one of the reasons that all that also interests me is because I was raised by a gay dad, and I have a gay son. And I was raised by a gay dad. He came out in 1972. Nobody was gay. Like,
Right.
we didn't know what that was.
Well, no one came out.
No one came out,
Yeah.
and not a dad.
Right.
Suburban dad.
Right.
That didn't exist.
Right.
So at the time, we were the only ones, and it was a little uncomfortable sometimes with our friends. But I'm so glad now because it
Right.
completely opened my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You
then-
you had a really good joke about that in your stand up.
What did I say?
You were walking down the street with your
with
gay
my
son.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so
If you
so
don't know where that is, you got to go check around and watch that.
do you think that's in the DNA?
I do.
So do I.
I do.
I think there's no way somebody would do that for any other reason than that your body's saying, "Hey, you're just a female," and
Well, he's not a female; he's a gay man.
or gay.
Yeah.
Either one, a trans
Like
or
what you're
gay.
attracted to. I think it's fluid.
Right.
And I think a lot of young people are trying this and trying that, and God love them, more power to them. I sometimes wish I was gay. I'm not.
Right.
Isn't that the whole college experience
Yes.
to go and try things anyway?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I
Which
mean
is
that
good.
that is kind
Why
of
not?
the stigma.
Yeah. See what you like. You
Yeah.
know.
Is there is there a
but-
class in that?
Probably.
How to transition in college?
It might be one of those studies,
Yeah.
one of those private studies.
But yeah, so my husband and I knew that our older son was gay before he knew. We knew it. And we were just waiting for him to be old enough to figure it
Right.
out.
And then when they finally tell you, like they're in shock, and you go like, "We knew."
Well, yeah, I didn't want to say that. We just said, we're
Right.
gonna- well, so
We're-
I also have
we're-
a joke about that where I say, on the outside, I was like, well, honey, we're going to love you no matter what. And we're so proud of you for living your truth. But on the inside, I was like, yes. I was so excited to have a gay son because it's like I only have 2 sons. I don't have any daughters. And my gay son is somebody I can go shopping with. We get to watch musical theater together. And he's never going to find another woman that he likes better than me. It's perfect.
I love it.
I love it.
Perfect
funny.
Jewish mom.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
The son's just going to be with you his whole life and just
Yeah,
hanging
that's
out
right.
and having a
That's
good
right.
time.
Yeah.
So that does a lot of comedians do have a background, a diverse background, and some of them, that causes them to be comedy because in the real world, okay, my dad ends up gay, my son is gay, and that's what creates the humor, like just what we experience. And there's so much material there.
So much material.
How did it feel like? Because I'm almost curious. So you're sitting there, and your dad, did he come out at dinner time, or like,
Well-
how'd you find out?
So really the way that I found out, they didn't want to tell us until we were old enough to really understand it. I was 7 when our parents split and I was the oldest. They didn't think we could really get it then. But so my dad moved to the Hollywood Hills and I remember there was a knock on the door and he opened the front door and he kissed a man with a full mustache right on the mouth. And I was just like, I've never seen that before.
Right.
And then I started to put 2 and 2 together. Yeah,
So you figured it out.
figured it out.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, oh well. That
Yeah.
were you? Did it make you upset or anything? Or
Not really.
Right.
No, in fact, in many ways it was kind of fun.
right,
Because it was different.
right.
And people were interested. It was harder for my brother. My brother really wanted like a manly man for a dad, somebody who could like watch sports with. My dad didn't like sports, all that stuff. But
Well, there's a lot of gay men that are very masculine. and-
there are. My
yeah.
dad was not one of them.
I work out with some guys in the gym.
Oh,
If-
no,
if
they're-
you better just keep your mouth shut if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like anti-gay because these are like alpha males.
Well, that's where the world has changed so much in 2
Right.
generations.
Right.
The experience my dad had compared to my son,
Right.
night and day.
San Diego's a good place because we're so diverse. I mean, we have probably the biggest gay pride parade in
I love it.
in America. I
So
don't
fun.
know. And we're by a border, so we understand the different cultures.
Yes.
And we've always been like San Diego people have always been accepting and just non-judging. Like
Yeah.
that's all my friends. Like,
Yeah.
you always had a friend that you knew was gay. He hasn't come out yet.
Right.
Is it like in high school? You just know.
Yep.
You don't bother him. You just go, leave him alone. You know,
Yeah.
like or just accept him. And we never rejected anybody. Like all my group of friends, we didn't have a problem with us. Like, just be who you are. Who cares? Let's go surfing. That's what we'd be thinking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And there are feminine gays and there are masculine gays.
There's every
you know what I
type of
mean?
every
Right.
type of person.
Every type.
Yeah.
There's probably a whole bunch of men in relationships that are gay that just stay there because it's an easy course and too bad they don't go for who they really are.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, so I mean, gender identity, sexuality, and all that has always played a role in my life because of my dad. But also, when you're a woman and you have opinions and you like to chit chat,
Right.
some men don't like that, or some men. So here's when I really knew that I needed to take to comedy at some point in my life. When I was graduating from college, went to college at UC Santa Cruz, and it was before the invention of some laser hair removal.
Right.
And I was sitting at a bus stop and I was in the best mood because I was about to graduate like the next week. And some man came up and sat down next to me and he kept looking at me and I was trying to ignore him. And finally the bus came and when I stood up, he said to me, "That's a real sexy little mustache you've got there."
What?
And I said, I'm sorry, what? And he goes, I like a lady with a little mustache. And I said, you got to work on your pickup lines. And I got on the bus. But that I thought right then and there, if I ever get to become a comedian, I'm going to call it the Sexy Little Mustache Tour. And actually, I have stickers that say that. So I brought you guys some stickers.
Thank you.
can-
Hey.
Oh, thank you.
I'll take one.
There we go.
That guy changed your life.
Yes, he did.
Isn't that weird? That is a weird line.
I
The guy
mean,
just checking
it's
you
like,
out.
it was I was supposed to just be like, thank you. Do you like
Yeah.
it? Like, I mean, anyway, tried to get
I
rid of that.
I could give you a goatee if you give me some time.
Yeah,
You know, that's,
there we go.
oh, that's funny. So how long does it take you to get your material? You know, like when you're working on something and you're going to do a gig.
I mean, that's why I like taking classes because
Yeah.
it motivates you to keep writing, keep
Yes.
thinking, playing off of other people. I've been taking Tony's class a bunch, and now I'm in Jesse Egan's class at Mic Drop. Both great. Just because if I don't have that pressure, you can just not do it,
right.
you know. So, and I want to keep things fresh. So I just try to write a little bit, a couple times a week.
And what happens when you go up on stage and you have to pivot because people are not laughing at your jokes? Have you ever been in a crowd like that or no?
You know, only at the La Jolla Comedy Store did I really experience that once. I'm still working on listening to the crowd more
Mm-hmm.
because I'm on stage and I kind of just get caught up.
Right.
So I'm trying to slow down and I'm trying to just like take stock. It hasn't. I've done pretty well so far, but I'm sure it will happen. And then what do? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out.
So you go to class, Tony Calabrizi's class.
Yeah.
He makes you write jokes.
Yep. You come
And-
to class and you put your stuff on and he'll give you feedback and people in the class will give you ideas if they have them. And you just refine. I think it's a 6-week class and then you go up on stage and you do it.
Wow. And your first stage you go up on, where was it at?
I was at National Comedy Theater in Little Italy.
Okay. And how was that your first night?
It
How
was
was it?
so much fun.
Right. Did
I
you-
couldn't sleep all night. I was so high. It was so fun.
So you did good.
I think I did. Well, I had a lot of, it's the friendliest crowd ever because everyone brings their people.
Right.
So, and everyone wants you to do well and they're really supportive. So yeah, it's a good way to start.
And what's the biggest gig you've done so far? I know you're not doing arenas, so you're still going around the
Yet.
clubs, right?
Yet. Come on
Yet.
now.
I know,
Yet.
Nikki Glazer, please let me open for you. I love you so much. Yeah, it's small. I mean, I think National Comedy Theater is probably the biggest venue I've done. It's about 180 in that theater. I do Comedy Heights as often as they'll have me. I've done some of Victor's shows and something out in El Cajon recently. I'm doing something in LA at the end of this month,
Nice.
which will be fun. It'll be my
Yeah.
first time.
The good thing about San Diego is we're only like an hour and a half, 2 hours away
Yeah,
from
depending
LA.
on when you leave.
Depending on when you leave.
Yeah.
That's between like 2 a.m. and 6 a.m.
Yeah, right.
Right now, it's,
Yeah.
but San Diego's getting the same way. It's so crowded here. It's like
Oh, that's what everyone says. I don't.
not compared to New York or LA. It just
Yeah.
depends where you come from.
Yeah.
But for when you're a native and born here, it's
Yeah.
like, wow, 2
Yeah.
o'clock, you can't get anywhere. The freeways are stuck.
What part of town do you live in?
UTC. La
Oh, you do.
Jolla,
So right around
yeah.
here.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. This place is kind of crazy. This
Yeah,
area.
he's pretty local.
Yeah.
Other people have to travel for a living.
Where do you live? Where part
Yeah.
do you live in?
Very North County.
Valley Center.
Valley Center.
Oh, like Escondido?
I didn't want to say. No,
East.
Valley Center.
Oh,
Seriously.
Is that an area?
It's past Escondido. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's northeast past Escondido.
Okay, that's a
yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
I used to go to a snake store out there.
A snake store. You like snakes?
I did. I
Huh.
was subjugating my motherhood instincts, and my boyfriend at the time liked snakes, so we got.
What do you get? I like reptiles.
We had
A
Colombian
ball
boa
python?
constrictors,
Yeah.
and he figured out how to get them to mate.
Oh, wow.
You get the tank really humid,
right.
and you get a male and a female. Obviously. Music, yes, right. Dim the lights, and we got it was successful. They gave birth to 20 babies.
Oh, my gosh.
We sold each one for $100. This was back in the 90s,
Right.
and we went to Costa Rica.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was back in the days when airline prices were affordable.
Yeah,
How was Costa Rica?
I loved it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great place.
I've been down there.
Yeah,
A lot of people, like a lot of my lifeguard buddies, bought properties down there in the 80s.
smart.
And I was thinking, like, it reminded me, it's not Mexico, it's totally different.
So different.
But I didn't want to get a place in Mexico because at any time the cartel will
Cartels, yeah,
say,
yeah, no, that's real.
oh, you know that 99 lease you have? Yeah, it just expired.
yeah, yeah.
And
you're
we're
done.
taking and there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they do it. You can actually buy a house and own it in Mexico. They're changing a lot of things. but still,
Yeah, no, Costa Rica's lovely. That
Yeah,
would
it's
have
the
been a
best.
smart thing to do.
you know, it's one of the places that's never had a hurricane or any bad weather
Is
ever.
that right?
Yeah.
You know, we were there with my grandparents. I went twice, and it was a time where you could go out onto the beach a certain time of year and watch the leatherback turtles, literally as big as this table, in the
Right.
middle of the night. They'll lumber out of the water. They dig a hole. They lay their eggs. Their eyes are tearing because they're out of the water and their eyes get dry, so it looks like they're crying. They cover up the eggs and then they just lumber back. It was the coolest thing. You can't do that anymore. They don't let you do it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
very well protected.
Yeah.
I remember picking up a turtle in Hawaii when I first went there. It was a sea turtle in like 1 foot of water. It was like a foot long. I just grabbed it and picked it up, and you should have seen how much grief I got from the locals.
yeah.
It's like, don't ever touch your
Yeah,
turtles.
yeah.
Federally protected.
Yes.
What are you doing? You're a tourist idiot. And I felt so bad. I'm like, sorry, I thought you could pick them up.
They're not.
Oh, was
cuddly.
this the story you were telling me about how you're banned from Hawaii?
Yeah, exactly. Don't go there anymore. There's a lot of things you can't do in Hawaii. You don't want to take anything off the island. You get
Right.
cursed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Do you remember the Brady Bunch?
Yeah, the Brady Bunch,
The
right?
Hawaii Brady
right,
Bunch was
yes.
scary.
Yeah, that's probably
was
why I said
scary.
after that I would go to Hawaii now. I'm like, I'm not taking a grain of sand.
No.
Gotta leave that stuff there.
No, you'll
that's
like
sacred.
drown in a swimming accident or something.
Is there anyone who has inspired you, comedic wives?
I love Sarah Silverman.
Yeah,
She's so real.
another Jewish girl.
Yeah, and there's another older Jewish
Is she
lesbian
smart?
comic named
Mm-hmm.
Judy Gold. She's hilarious. She's 6'3", wild frizzy hair and
And
glasses.
Jewish?
She's hilarious. Yeah, Judy Gold. She's super funny. Nikki Glaser, I love.
Yeah.
Absolutely love her. Mike Birbiglia, I love that storytelling style.
Yes.
She's smart. Those are my currents.
Yeah, Nikki, I just saw her on a roast, and she's so quick. Her material is so perfect. She delivers really good.
She delivers it
She
so
does
well,
not
but it is-
stutter.
But
It's
it is practiced.
Yeah,
it is
right,
practiced.
exactly.
It's not natural. You know, it's not just thinking off the top of her head.
yeah, that's what we're trying to get to. So obviously, this is a platform where we watch people start, and we know they're going to take off.
Yeah.
We spotlight. You know, that's why if you want to subscribe, if you like to watch people from the beginning and blow up, that's why I say hit the subscribe, because we watch you at the beginning. It's easier to interview a comic that has been doing it for years, and he's very, very successful.
More than a year and a half.
Yeah, but when you take that,
Do you like that? That was a callback.
Thank you. Well done.
yeah. He screws me up when I'm talking. He's like my brother now. I usually it's my brother sitting there, but if I have a conversation and he jumps in, then ADHD, right? I just go
Sure, we
everywhere.
all are.
So what was I talking about?
He said it's easier
Run it backwards.
to interview a comedian that's been doing it for years.
Yeah, I mean, people find more interest, but I find more interest in watching the people bomb and coming up, and watching them just start and saying, "I'm not gonna accept no for an answer,"
Yeah.
and knowing that some of the material is wrong and needs to be changed, and
Yeah.
actually changing it and learning.
Yes.
This is a profession that you should treat like. I remember I described it in one of my interviews as an architect or a doctor, and I got comments like, "Dude, come on." A surgeon versus a comedian. But my whole point is, it's like entertainment. If you want to
Yes.
be the best guitar player, you're 10,000 hours on that guitar. You're just not going to go be the
That's
lead
right.
or the lead singer or the lead actress or
That's
actor.
right.
And the comedians are the same way. They make it look easy, just like a professional
Yes.
actor.
Yes.
But like you said, when you go up there and you start dealing with a crowd, and maybe you have to pivot in a second, and you're not sure where it's going, and you start to see yourself like losing the crowd, and then you have to think, like you said, okay, which direction do I go?
Yeah.
That is what takes the hours, the skills, the dedication, the writing over and over and over. So I will say, like, you fail to the top. You bomb, you go up a little bit, bomb, go up a little bit.
I also just think if you have to think what you're saying is funny yourself.
Right,
You have to be having fun
right.
because they can tell if you're not having fun.
Yeah.
If you're just kind of going through the motions, that doesn't bring the energy.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
And have you ever had hecklers?
I haven't had one myself, but I saw the craziest thing.
When's your next show?
Wait.
I'll show up.
It's on Saturday at Mic Drop.
Does
Come on out.
does it involve a fight?
Yes.
Does it involve
Did
does
Victor
it
tell
involve
you
Victor
about
Paul's
it?
Cruz?
I was there.
Oh, you were there.
I was there. I was sitting in the line of fire. I was like right in the first row where she
Did
was.
you throw the second punch?
My husband was sitting behind me. I was sitting here, and she was getting escorted out. And I thought, oh, she's going to walk right by me. I'm getting out of the line of fire. So I did. I went and sat on my husband's lap to get out of the way. And another woman said something to the woman who was being escorted out. They start going head to head. The chair I was sitting in got knocked over.
Yeah.
I would have had a head injury from that frickin' thing.
So that's why you said at the beginning, comedians have to be smart.
Yes.
she saw that coming.
Yes,
and it's
I
like, no,
did.
this is like a tornado that's going to come
That
right
was
by
the
me.
craziest thing
Yeah,
I've ever
I
seen.
asked Victor. It was his birthday.
I know.
I said, Victor, how'd you get up on stage and that happened? Like, what did you cause it? But no, it's just a scrappy.
And he saved it as best as he could.
He came back and
really
saved
did.
it.
But now he's got the best stories that he tells on stage.
Right.
It's perfect.
But also, how do you follow that up? Because if you're the comedian right after
He was the
that
headliner.
happened,
It
he was a
happened when he
headliner.
was on.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, but still, he was
Watch
bummed.
the show. It's actually really genius how we brought it all back together.
Do they have? Is that recorded? That show that he did where the fight was?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to watch that
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was nuts.
You can see it.
You
yeah.
can go, oh, that was me.
That
That
shouldn't
was
happen. That shouldn't
nuts.
happen at a comedy store. But actually,
That happens quite a bit.
yeah, I was going to say that when you start to watch the professionals, people running on stage,
Yeah. Yeah.
they'll start with Will Smith when he smacked.
Oh my God, was that nuts?
That was crazy.
I mean, we thought it was a setup. We didn't
So
think
did
it was
I.
real.
I'm
did
I'm
too.
pretty sure everybody thought it was a setup.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why, because he hit him so fast and hard, and the guy took the hit.
Oh my
And
God.
he didn't get
took
knocked
it
out. He says,
hard.
"Hey," just
A-
and
then
he recovered. Yeah.
Getting hit in the face.
And when
I
I
would've
knew
been crying.
when I knew it was real is when Will sat down and started screaming, "Don't ever put your
keep
drop the
my
F-bomb." It's
my
like,
wife's name out
that's the
your-
guy we all looked up to.
That was
But
insanity.
I could see his side.
I don't know. No way. You don't do that.
Another comment on
No, I would
how
never-
we
I
get
would-
canceled.
I would never. I would listen. You would never do that. But if you're in the relationship he was in and his mind going, he's probably not Will Smith that night. He just blew. He cracked.
He really did.
Yeah, isn't that a bummer that now every movie
No,
I watch he's in it,
ruined.
he's done,
ruined.
right.
You can't take him seriously
Yeah.
anymore. You can't.
God dang.
That was not. And God love Chris Rock. He is so brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
he's brilliant.
He's always been one of my favorite
Amazing.
comedians.
Yeah.
And I knew he was pissed.
Oh yeah.
And I
How
would have
could
been
you not
pissed.
be?
I know he gets slapped by another dude.
Jeez, that was in that. But memorable. None of us will ever forget that.
Never. Kind of put them both on the map forever.
Yeah. Well, Chris is already on the map.
And then there was one guy who attacked Chappelle.
I
Tried to
didn't see
tackle
that.
him on stage.
Oh really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, but Chappelle's ready, man. He's he's not a wimp.
Yeah, I know. He's
And he's
brilliant,
like, God
too.
dang, but to have that experience, can you imagine you're on stage? And I could see it kind of going with the comedians, like they'll start talking to a person in the audience and it gets more and more heated. And the comedian just keeps going, and I always get nervous for the comedian, like, you don't know who that person is.
Yeah, yeah,
You should tone it down.
yeah.
But instead they just go, oh, I'm going to stay here. And the show's here now.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
so if you go to a comedy store, shut the up.
Yeah, for sure.
Just go there to be entertained.
I mean, the thing is, you go to see comedy to laugh, and there's always going to be something you
Offensive.
could take offense at.
Right, right.
Like, I like to joke that I'm a very unique kind of a Jew because I'm a poor Jew.
Yeah.
And,
Rare.
And like I shared some of that with some of my mom's friends, and one of her friends was insulted, like, "Oh, that's just too stereotypical that we're all rich." I was like, "It's a joke.
It's a joke, right?
It's a joke."
Yeah, there's also
Yeah.
the bottom line, it's like anything. You're gonna offend people. If you don't like comedy, don't go to a comedy
That's
store.
right. That's
If
right.
if you don't like, if you're very serious type and you're always like, I'm a victim, I'm this, then just stay out of a comedy club. But
Yeah.
but it's the best medicine when you
For
laugh.
sure.
And
And
you-
it's contagious.
Yeah, it's
that's the thing
contagious.
that's so good about going to a show like people try doing it over Zoom. It doesn't work. you
Doesn't
know?
work.
But like you have to feel that vibe, and then it's
Right.
contagious, and then you don't even remember what you were laughing at. You just
Right.
everyone's laughing.
Right.
It's great.
That's a good lineup.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do next? Like, where do you see yourself in a few years? I mean, are you gonna take? I'll put it this way: are you gonna do this as a hobby?
Well, so here's my thing. I do have a day job, which I
Good.
love and I need.
Right.
So that takes up a lot.
Nobody
of
needs a job.
You don't think?
No.
Okay. You got some money you want to throw my way?
No, like your wealthy comment? No, not yet.
Okay. Well, I'm working
We're
on it.
looking for sponsors though.
Here's what I want to create because I'm an early to bed, early to rise kind of girl. The comedy world is a late night world, but the drag queens have figured out how to do a drag show brunch. So I want to create the comedy brunch for those of us who like to go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Right. I agree.
That's my goal.
That's me. I go to bed at 9. That's
Yeah.
what a lot of times I don't go to the show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What time do you go to bed?
Well, he
Please, you and me are talking at 2 a.m.,
Oh,
bro.
all right.
Well, I like to be in
it's
my
a
house.
goal anyway.
Because I always start off on my computer at night, like 9 o'clock, to do some emails, and then he starts texting me, and then we just get into it. But I don't want to be out.
No, and it's late.
Yeah,
Comedy is
and that's a
late.
great idea to
Yeah.
do something in the daytime.
That's what I want to do.
right.
People.
So
can
who
have
does
some-
that? The people at is Lips still around?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the drag queens have figured that out.
Right.
But the comedy world hasn't
Has
done
not.
it yet.
Right.
I think there's a market for
They're
it.
still sleeping.
My friends are in the same boat as me. They don't want to be out late,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
So let's go at 10 o'clock, 11
Everybody
o'clock.
that we've interviewed so far tend to be on the, what do you call them, boomers? Tend
Yeah.
to be on the older, so yeah, maybe there's something there.
No,
Yeah.
I would say like a 6 p.m. show would be okay.
6 p.m. is okay.
Right? Because then
6
you're out
p.m.
of there
is
at
okay.
8.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you go
not
to bed.
starting at 8 and getting
Or
out
even
at-
like 5.
yeah.
You start at
The
5,
early
have a
bird
dinner.
special, just like
right,
we,
right.
the old
Just like
Jewish
happy hour.
grandparents do. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good
Yes.
idea. Put that together.
Oh,
Okay, I'll get right on it.
matinee. Oh, we can go matinee price, like
Oh, yeah,
movie
12
theaters
noon.
back in the
That-
day.
well, yeah, I mean,
Right.
that works. It is nice when people can drink a little, though.
Yeah,
at
I
night.
think 5 or 6 would be good
Okay.
because it's like everyone's going to work during the day.
Yeah.
You have something to look forward to, and then afterwards, 'cause if you start at 12 and you go to a comedy thing, there's still time in the day. It's kind of weird. I'd rather watch the show and then go home.
Go home. Yeah. So, okay, 5 or 6, good
Okay.
idea.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll get on it.
How do we get? I'm going to still do this interview because I like where we're going. But just how do you get in touch with you? Are you on Instagram?
I'm on Instagram at Elisa Lurkis, and I'm on YouTube at Elisa Lurkis,
Okay.
and I'm on TikTok as Mama Lurkis.
Mama Lurkis.
Yes.
And would you tell more stories about being a mom to a gay son?
I talk about my kids. Yeah. So one of the things I say,
She has a lot of clips.
um,
It was hard to find. Sorry, it was hard to find one really good clip. You have a lot of clips online, so
yeah, well, I put them online, then I forget about them. So here's something that I did. So because I'm not really on TikTok, I just upload them and I forget about it. And one of the sets I did was about working for an engineering school, and my boss is the engineering dean. I didn't say his real name. I said, let's call him Bob. And I said, he's a real engineer in the way he likes to communicate, especially over email. There's like spelling errors, no grammar, really short, just like need to talk to you or like have a question. And then I said, until now, welcome everybody's favorite new colleague, ChatGPT. So I got an email from him recently that started, hi, Elisa, which he never even does that.
Right.
And then it started, every time I travel to India, I am filled with both excitement and anxiety. The excitement of building something new and the anxiety that comes along with that. And he went on and on and on, which he never does. And then at the end, he signed it, all the best, Bob. I said, let's call him Bob. So I didn't think he'd ever find it. Right?
Wow.
So I get a text from him just like a few weeks ago, and he just goes, hi, Elisa, nothing else. I'm like, waiting. He's like, he meant to say, I had fun binge watching your comedy on TikTok, but he wrote, I had fun Bing watching your comedy. He goes, I meant binge watching. You see what happens when I don't use ChatGPT? And then he goes, all the best, Bob.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh
oh,
my
my
God.
God, I'm busted. But he took it well.
That's good.
yeah.
that's funny.
Does Chad help you with your jokes? Did you ever put them in there and
I have tried it just to see what it would do.
Right.
It doesn't.
doesn't?
The-
Chad doesn't have humor.
Well,
It tries. It tries.
Well,
but
here's the thing. A lot of people, when they start using ChatGPT or whatever, they're like, this thing doesn't know me or work or
Mhm.
anything like that, which is true, which is why you have to train it.
yeah. But does it really work if you train it? Really?
Yeah.
You've done it
Oh, yeah.
with
I
comedy?
I don't do anything without ChatGPT.
Huh.
I even write stuff. Elaine, I even write stuff to my wife sometimes with
Oh, well, that I can
ChatGPT.
see. Something
Yeah.
romantic.
Sure.
I don't know
I'll
about
say
comedy.
romantic.
I don't know about comedy
Right.
either, because you have to make it yours.
Right.
That's a good.
Right.
You know what? That's a good.
Good
question.
research paper.
You go right ahead. You guys keep talking.
No,
Let's see if we
well,
can-
don't do that. Let's go for the rapid fire questions because I like those better.
All
Oh,
right.
okay.
What do we got?
All right,
we're gonna see.
rapid fire questions. And yes, this was helped out by ChatGPT.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
A lot of these we've already kind of gone over, but we'll go through them again. So, clean or dark comedy for you?
Combo.
Combo. Okay.
It's clean language, but dark thoughts.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and rewatch your videos.
I know exactly what
again.
you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I didn't see the dark.
You can't say exactly what you're thinking,
I mean, you
but
know.
you have to tone it down. But yeah, it's things that are in your mind.
I mean, is sexy little mustache clean?
Yeah.
It
pretty-
is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hecklers. Do you think they're funny or annoying?
I think they're annoying.
And you're performing on Saturday, right?
Yes, please
go to
come
the
and
show.
heckle.
Yes,
Do it.
let's go
Do
heckle
it.
her.
I mean, if you're doing it good naturedly, that's fun.
Right, of
Okay.
course. It'll help you.
Yeah,
Not the drunk stooge.
yeah.
Best comedy movie ever.
Oh gosh, I think I'm gonna have to say Bridesmaids.
That is a good one.
I love that movie. I've watched it so many times,
Is-
and it's funny every time.
You know what I said in the last interview? Tell me if you think this is funny because you may not think it's funny.
What's that?
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, great movie.
Okay.
Great movie.
But
Hilarious.
not her favorite.
I mean, it's a little dated.
I mean, I think it's really dated.
Yeah.
I saw this one thing on the computer that said the new Blazing Saddles, and it starts off with the music, and then it says the end. You can't show anything.
Well, speaking of which, like I freaking love Woody Allen. I love him.
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant. I think he's so funny, and he's a messed up motherfucker. But
Yeah.
he's brilliant.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't be that good if he was not brilliant.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Next question. Sorry, this is good.
Best comedian alive right now.
Nikki
Ooh.
Glazer.
Oh my God, she is going high.
Most overrated comedian.
Oh man, you can't tell her to talk shit about other comedians.
Not to put it out there, but
Yeah.
the last comedian did. So
I have to think
Overrated.
about
Okay, next question. These are rapid fires.
that. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. Pass.
Yeah.
joke writing or crowd work. I think you're into joke writing right now.
I would like to be able to do
Both.
crowd work at some point.
Got to
not
get some more
there yet.
hecklers in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I'm going to start on Saturday.
There you go. What do you prefer, performing in a club or a theater?
I like
Have
them
you done
both,
many?
but I've done theaters and I've done clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I think theaters are people are more attentive.
Mm.
Clubs, they could be there for a variety of reasons, but they're also drinking, so they're probably going to laugh more.
Fair enough. And I know you've only been doing this for a year and a half now, but do you have a city that you would never perform in again?
Ooh. Well, I've only ever done San Diego. I'm doing LA the end of this month, so I can't
So San
tell you
Diego.
that yet.
So San Diego then.
You're probably San Diego.
You play anywhere.
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 The whole country is fun.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
There's humor everywhere.
I do know it's different doing it in the South. People you can't say goddamn in the South. They take offense.
Yeah. It's a Bible Belt.
Yeah.
You're going to hell.
Yeah, right.
We're out of here.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't say that anyway, so I'm fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get better. Like I know Tony teaches clean humor
Yeah.
because he wants you to make money, go to corporate.
I know.
If you
I'm still
start
waiting for that corporate gig.
Yeah.
Any corporation out there,
Yeah.
sign me up.
Right.
I mean,
They may.
the most I've ever made in a single night doing comedy, $45.
Good.
Beyond that, it was mostly $10.
Right. But the way I look at it,
Per person?
Yeah, per comedian.
the way I look at it, Elisa, is if you want to do something in life, you usually go to like where you work. You go to school. You go to school to learn how to do something.
Yeah.
And you're paying the school.
Yeah.
You're going to school, you're paying them to learn how to do something. So if you're on the job training as a comic and you make $45, you're ahead of that student because you're already getting paid a little bit. But what you're actually doing right now is developing,
That's right.
learning, creating,
That's right.
finding out who you are on stage. And then when you get that wired, you can do the crowd work.
Yep.
You know, because you're so comfortable out there that anyone, if I have to pivot, I got 45 minutes of anything I want to do.
I didn't say my absolute favorite comedian,
Okay.
Moshe Kasher. Do you know Moshe Kasher?
Yes.
Brilliant guy.
Fun.
So fun.
Super funny.
Love him.
Yeah.
Dying to meet him.
Yeah.
He should have me open for
Where
him.
does he live?
LA.
Okay, I thought so because I know it's definitely not San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be a great person to start the show.
Yeah.
It's good to have like Nikki. I love Nikki because she is actually showing at a high level.
Yeah.
Like she's like the MPV right now, right?
Yeah, she's top
And
of the game.
she's so sharp. She's articulate. Like when she speaks, her voice is crisp.
Yes.
And she does not stumble and she can look at anyone
Yep.
and never get off script.
She's very
And
smooth.
she knows how to make fun of people like better than anyone.
And she's honest.
yeah, she's honest,
She
right?
tells her truth.
Right.
Which I love.
Right. I think that's what the comedic relief is, a person who gets to say what they're actually thinking.
Yes.
And then you realize everyone's thinking the same
That's
thing.
right.
And we're just
That's
waiting.
right.
It's like when we're kids and we're going to have a party where you're going to have a dance. Everyone's waiting for that first person on the dance floor and then it becomes a mob,
Yep.
right?
Well, that's
So-
why people laugh is because
Yeah.
they're speaking things that they've already thought.
The bottom line is you're enjoying it.
I am so
That's
enjoying
success. Everyone who's successful says, I love what I do.
Yeah, and actually really glad that I'm not relying on it for a living, because that would make me too anxious, I think, to
Right.
really enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. When you have to depend on it.
Yes.
Like, I cannot bomb tonight. I got to get
Yes.
this gig,
Yeah,
or I'm
that's
not
right.
eating.
That's right.
So it's good. It's good to have it's like a side hustle.
That's right.
Right. And then soon what you want is your comedic positioning to be full time, and then your real work is to be the side hustle.
There we go.
Yeah, you do a 180.
There we go.
And then you start, because there's a lot of money to be made if you're good.
Yes.
You know, all you need is one Netflix, one contract.
Yes.
And then you're in the big leagues.
But even these big names, I mean, I listen to comedy podcasts nonstop. That's all I listen to. And they talk about how, like, they got their Netflix special and then that's done and they got to start coming up with more material.
Right.
Like, the pressure's never really off
Right.
because you want to always be relevant.
Right.
But I like that because that's the creativity in it, you know?
It takes those guys a year or two to have a show.
Oh,
To
sure.
do a
Sure.
Netflix. I remember listening to Joe Rogan, 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Bard, 1 year.
Yeah.
But these guys have to think, their mind's going. You know, you have to create. And so to get a 1 hour special is 2 years of work.
Sure.
And you don't want to bomb.
Yeah.
And then if you hit that Netflix and now you're doing the comedian, then you're going into Hollywood, then you're going into this film, and we need you over here, then you get an agent.
There we go.
And
That's what I need.
Yeah, I think you're going to.
I don't know, I'm starting a little late. We'll see.
It doesn't matter, because right now, like, Hollywood always needs people relevant.
Yeah.
So right now, who really has the money and who really has the power? I'll tell you this: it's the boomers.
Yeah.
Because we're the last generation that worked 30 years straight.
I'm Gen X, but okay.
Well, I'm baby boomer. So
Okay.
we worked our whole life. We get a little bit of retirement.
Yeah.
We invested correctly.
Yeah.
This new generation, I don't know what they're going to do. They can't get a house. They can't even
Oh,
rent.
it's so hard.
It's just, I feel so bad for
So
what's
hard.
going on. But we're that, so we're the ones who are, and we're the biggest population.
Yeah.
And so my whole point is, we need actors, our age group. We need comedians that know what baby boomers laugh at,
Sure.
because we're the biggest population in the United States.
right.
So there is so starting right now is perfect.
Yeah.
You may have not made it starting earlier.
So maybe instead of doing the
It's all meant to be.
brunch thing on its own, I should start doing the old age home circuit.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
know, brunch.
Yeah.
You'll find him there.
Yeah, there's your brunch.
I want a room myself.
Yeah, there's-
So for a comedian, isn't job security just more people laughing at you?
Pretty much. Yep.
By the way, that was a ChatGPT joke.
All right. It wasn't great.
no, that was horrible.
All right, it got two people to laugh.
We're gonna send him back to the sound department. He's just
Okay,
gonna, no, you stay. He's gonna run the cameras.
We have any more rapid fires?
No, that was
That
pretty
was
good.
No,
it?
I do. So how long does it take you to get your 5 minutes of material? Are you on stage for 5 minutes?
5 to 8.
5 to
sometimes
8?
10. It depends.
And how do you feel about that? Like, forget about what the standards are. Are you okay with 5 minutes, or would you rather go? I need 15.
I mean, I think I like 10.
Yeah.
10 is good.
How long does it take you to write 10 minutes of jokes?
Well, so I have a lot of different videos that I did in Tony's class, like 6 to 7 minutes each, and they were kind of all over the map. And so now I'm kind of shuffling the material, so I try to stay on one topic for like 8 to 10 minutes, just one topic, and build on that, so that I can kind of have sets that are all kind of focused on one area. So I'm mixing things around. I'm adding things. I'm always adding things.
And you don't get nervous going in front of Tony Calabrizi to give him new material? Oh, he's like
Tony's he's just a sweetheart.
he is.
He's a sweetheart. I feel bad for him because
We got to bring him on
back.
to be. I'll do a co-host with him.
Yeah. I saw him perform. He was freaking amazing.
Yeah, I've seen him.
I want him to get back out there. He doesn't like sitting down when he does it.
I know he has a bad back,
I know, but nobody cares. I
but
keep telling him.
yeah, just sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should come
I
out
don't-
like.
I can't tell you how many comedians I see that sit on stools.
Yeah, I don't know why he cares about that.
I think he should come out in an electric wheelchair. Just go-
Yeah. I
And-
love
and
Tony.
just
He's
leave.
the best. He's great. Yeah.
I mean, because he's in pain. I have a bad lower
know.
back too, but he's like times 20.
No, yeah.
But he's going to go back up on stage. He told me the birthday's coming up at the Comedy Store in La Jolla.
Is he going to
And
do it there?
Yeah, he's going to do
Oh,
it. I
when
think
is
he's going to
that?
do it.
I gotta
Call him. I don't know.
Okay.
But he told me he's going to do it again. He was in pain last year. And we all look forward to it because, it's a totally Calabrizi show at the
Yeah.
La Jolla Comedy Store. And it's just a bunch of, comedians go there
Yeah.
on that night and
Yeah, yeah.
celebrate him. And he goes up and does a really good gig. I remember when I saw him, he actually like the Pope. You ever see him in that Pope hat? Like he
I
makes
don't know if I've
he
seen
makes a
that.
good Pope
That's
because he's a big
funny.
Italian guy.
Oh,
Like he's a
yeah,
real
totally.
Calabrizi at a
Totally.
restaurant.
Absolutely.
I mean, full. He married a Portuguese.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the women's perspective in this society, the things that people say to us, or at least there's something about me that triggers men to say things that are not what you would want to
Right.
hear. Like even in my, like recently, I go to the grocery store. Some guy came up to me and he goes, this old guy, he goes, you know, when we're little boys, we are trained from the start, and we never forget it. Never piss off a little woman. And then he walked away. And I was just like,
Where's that coming from?
well, guess what you just did, buddy?
Right,
You just
exactly.
pissed off a little woman.
Right.
You know, like, am I supposed to laugh at that?
I don't know.
The weirdest things, often at the grocery store, things like that will happen.
All right, so you heard it here first. I'm on the up and up. Come find me, Elisa Lurkis, on YouTube.
And that right there is the comedy equation.